What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to hit the inside fastball and the inside sinker, one of the most popular pitches to use in MLB The Show 21. You do not have a lot of time to react to this pitch just based on physics. It's pitched to the inside, it's pitched fast. It's not like it's on the outside and you have a lot of time to react to it to try to send it the other way. You've got to start your swing early. You've got to get the PCI to the ball early. And in this video, I'm going to show you a technique that I use and I have been using to actually make some progress and do better against this pitch. And that's what I want to share with you today. Now, there's something I've been noticing a lot of like pro players talking about, and that is either arm side or it's glove side. And I was not really privy to this, and I started thinking about it more, and I've been able to utilize it to have some success. Now, arm side and glove side, I think traditionally is more talked about. Instead of saying it's a right on right matchup, it's like an arm side matchup, or it's a glove side matchup, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like what the term is used for more traditionally. But I think it was like Pete Alonso or something talking something about how like Kevin PR got hit like arm side or something like that with one of those pitches, and hopefully Kevin PR is feeling better. But that's something that I started thinking about. I was like, I'm not really trying to pick up pitches arm side or glove side. And now that I have been using this strategy, I've been able to be a lot more successful on inside pitches, trying to pick up arm side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at some footage of Corbin Burns slowed down. We don't often see this when we play like an actual game. Thanks to the ability to capture footage, we can take a look at Corbin Burns in real motion and in slow motion to try to get better at this. So let's go ahead and take a look at that footage. Okay, so here's some footage of Corbin Burns throwing that inside sinker. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to pick up arm side after it leaves his hand as quickly as possible. So these are some clips in real time of him throwing that sinker on the inside. Just a couple of clips so you can get kind of the vibe of that. Now let's take a look at the clips. I believe this is in slow motion. So here's his motion. We're picking up the arm slot here, and then we're trying to pick up the first couple of feet after it leaves his hand. We can see the ball starting to go from here. Like if there was a straight line down the middle of Corbin Burns, right? Here's glove side, here's arm side, and maybe there's a line like right here. We're looking to pick up that pitch as it leaves his hand on the inside. So we're trying to pick up the arm side sinker as quickly as possible. Once we recognize this, we're able to know this is going to be an inside sinker. And another thing that you need to think about is a lot of the inside pitches that you're going to see in MLB The Show, they're not going to be changeups. They're not going to be curveballs. They may be something like a cutter, but a lot of times it's got to be that sinker or that fastball. So once you recognize out of the hand, arm side, the ball coming in on this part of the plate, you're recognizing that, you can adjust your swing, adjust your timing, and kind of sit on that sinker at that point. So that's kind of the key that you're looking for. It stays arm side, we can turn and burn on that inside sinker. Let's take a look at it now again in slow motion. Here it is. So we're looking at it. We pick up arm side. We see the ball starting to tail arm side. We can swing and turn and burn on that sinker. One more time in slow motion, same idea. Here's the pitch. We pick up the release point. We pick up arm side where the ball's traveling. It's going to be on that side of the arm, and we're going to be able to pick that up. Now here's some pitches again on the inside part of it. All right. So this time we're trying to pick up glove side. So, put in your mind that this time we're facing we have a left-handed hitter up at the plate. So we got a lefty up at the plate, and we're looking still for this inside pitch. Now, what's difficult about this is when you have the offhand hitter, they can use the sinker on the inside, and then they can combo it with the cutter, or they can combo it with the slider, which will look very similar, but at the last second, it's either going to be way slower or it's going to be way out the plate, and you're going to chase it and miss it. It's a very, very popular combo. This combo doesn't work as well on the top tier elite players because they will have better pitch recognition. The top tier elite players pitch a lot to the low and outside, more than you might think. You've got to still mix it up. That's another thing. Like you always have to mix it up when you're pitching, because if you're sitting too much on these pitches inside, you know, you can get burned the other way. Like, they have such good swings and such good pitch recognition that it's almost better to pitch them outside and try to get them to slow down their swing to have to take the ball the other way. But for most of us, it's going to be the inside where we're going to have the most issues. And so this time with the lefty up, we're trying to pick up glove side. I do think, even looking at this footage, because when I made this video to look at the footage, I've already looked at it, I think it's a little bit more difficult to pick up glove side. But still, you want to think if the ball's going glove side, it's probably going to be like an inside fastball, an inside sinker, something like that. Very popular pitch, tough to pick up. So we're going to look at a couple of them here in real time like we have. Pick it up going glove side as quickly as we can. So let's look at the slow motion here after this pitch. I think that's the last one. But you can see you're going to pick up the trajectory of it going glove side. I guess we got it one more time. Here we go. And the low and inside one. Pick it up, going glove side as quickly as we can. All right, so here it is in slow motion. We're trying to pick it up. Here it is out of the hand right here. And it's kind of at that same point. So we're going to look for this ball to move from this point to over here as quickly as possible. We're going to see that it's not going to that side as quickly as possible. All right, so we've seen it. It's starting to move glove side. It's starting to move glove side, and we can, we think it's going to be a fast pitch on the inside, like more of your that's why a change up like low and inside can be so effective as well. If we got a left-handed batter, a change up low and inside can be so effective. And your slower pitches are probably going to be on the outside. Now, you do want, when you're pitching, you want to mix it up. Throw a pitch like a sinker, like out here sometimes if they're kind of like sitting so much on the inside or what have you. But we're focusing today on hitting inside pitches, so let's just keep focusing on that. All right, so here's the pitch. We're seeing it go glove side, and we're going to pick up glove side. We've recognized glove side, and we're going to be able to start our swing early because we're recognizing glove side. We got a lefty up, and we know he wants to pitch his inside with the sinker. We're going to see it. It's going glove side. It's not breaking in. It's going to the glove side. We're trying to pick that up as quickly as possible. Once we've picked up that it's going glove side, we probably know that it's a sinker or a fastball. You know what I'm saying? So we can start our swing. We've recognized what pitch type it is, so we're going to have a good idea of where to put our PCI, and we're going to help with our timing. So that's basically the idea here. We're trying to pick up glove side as quickly as we can when we have a lefty up, and then we're trying to pick up arm side when we have a righty up versus somebody like Corbin Burns with that hard sinker. And this has made a huge difference for me. This has made a huge difference, especially right on right, because it's very difficult to be like early or on time with that sinker. And just picking up arm side and picking up glove side has been a tremendous, tremendous help for me. And just let's take a look at the clips a couple more times. And feel free to pause, rewind the video, come back to this video when you can. It's starting to cross, like his body is starting to cross over to the left side here. Let's take a look at this, like low and inside. I mean, high and inside, low and inside, and then comboing in there is very, very tough. It almost becomes easier to hit right on right, you know what I mean? Because they're not going to combo that slider or change up very often on the inside right on right. All right, so there's a look at those clips. Now let's jump into practice mode and try it out a little bit here. So let's go back to practice mode here. All right, so now we're in practice mode. Our practice type that we're going to roll with is we're going to roll with batting. We're going to roll with Trout and Burns, and we're just going to have that sinker on the inside. We're just going to have that sinker on the inside, and we're going to look like we did at the start of those slowed down clips. We're going to look arm side for the sinker. So let's go ahead and start practice. We're also going to practice on Hall of Fame, which I feel like most of you are going to be in that All-Star or Hall of Fame mode. Maybe you're on Legend. Whatever works for you, whatever you want to practice on. One of the big things that I preach, I'll just give you two things that I really preach. One of them is you need to play players online that are better than you. Don't always take that friendly quit. You're really not going to improve unless you're playing people that are better than you at this game. So you need to do that. That's a very, very important thing. If you want to get better, you can do all the practice mode that you want, but you really need to go and play against better players. See what kind of pitch combos they're using against you. Stuff like that, you know, take parts of their game and try to put it into your game. I feel like that's really, really important. The other thing is just winning the mini game. What do I mean by winning the mini game? Dominate the pitching meter when you're using pinpoint. Focus on that meter, win that part of the mini game, and also the part of hitting. Get the PCI to the ball and hit X and time it up. Win both of those mini games. Throw everything else out. That's really what it comes down to in MLB The Show, is winning those 2 mini games. That's how you're going to be effective. And then obviously then IQ and strategy comes into it from there, but winning those 2 mini games is key. Anyways, we're going to go on Hall of Fame, and we're going to try to pick up arm side, and we're going to try to turn and burn on these sinkers here. So I'm going to try to lock in, and I'm going to try to see how I can do, but I've been able to pick up arm side and then turn and burn on it quickly. So you pick up arm side, you know, at the spot I told you, you're looking for that release point. You're seeing the ball starting to bend to the inside. You can speed up your timing because you know it's going to be to the inside. That's how I got on top of it. Let's just see if we were early. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult when I'm talking, so I'll try to lock in the best I can here. Nice, still early on that. He didn't really hit his spot too much. If a sinker misses like where I have the PCI now, like right here, or misses like right here, it's very easy to hit. Like that sinker has to be inside to be effective. That was pretty low. To be honest with you, he's kind of missing his spots, but like these pitches in here, that's where the sinker's truly effective. If it gets hung right here, it's very easy to hit. That's on me right there. That was a bad swing. All right, here we go. Again, I'm starting middle because you know it's like you don't know where the pitch is going to be. I don't want to like set my PCI right here and try to do this. Like I want to do it like it's a normal at bat. There we go. Turn and burn on it. That's beautiful. Like if you're good on this pitch, you're going to be a problem to deal with offensively. You're just going to be a problem. Like it's so much harder to pitch to someone that's able to time this pitch up and be early on it, because now if you're late on that, you're just going to get jammed all game. They're just going to throw it in there. You're going to hit weak pop-ups to the right side. You might get one sneaky little like tough base hit that goes the other way, but you're not going to be very effective. Like you got to get this skill down, and it all comes down to recognizing arm side and recognizing the ball out of the pitcher's hand as best that you can. That's perfect right there. We pretty much got a perfect on that. All right, let's take a lefty and let's try to do the same thing. I honestly feel like it's going to be more difficult with the lefty, but let's go ahead and go to practice type, go to batting, and I'm going to put in J-Ram. Actually, no, let's keep in, let's see, Burns, and let's go to J-Ram. And we could even make it more difficult on ourselves if we wanted to. We could put them all. We could go the sinker, the cutter, and the slider on the inside. Very, very difficult combo to pick up. Let's just start with the sinker for now, because it's going to be tough. But let's look for glove side. All right. Was I early on that? I was early. I wasn't on it, but I was early. So that's really what you want. You know, your PCI placement's going to get better and better, but you want that timing to be good on this. See, glove side. That's perfect right there. That's what I want to see. See, glove side, was my timing late on that? I was early. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And really the same principle is going to apply to a fastball. It's the same idea. The sinker and the fastball are so similar. Fastball is going to stay a little bit straight, be a little bit faster, but it's the same idea. You know what I mean? Pick up, going glove side. We know that the hard stuff is going to be on the inside part of the plate. Perfect. That's perfect. All right, so now let's make it a little bit more difficult. Let's go to batting, and then let's add the cutter and the slider. These pitches, especially when you put them on the inside, are going to be they're going to be much more difficult to combo, because now you're going to get them turning, like I'm turning on that. and my timing is fast. But if they throw that cutter, the slider, especially the slider, because the slider, and these are going to hit the plate, so that's kind of the thing too, but especially the slider, because the slider's way slower, so the timing is going to be different. Except for the thing about a slider, the slower sliders are not very good either. It's hard to explain, because the slower slider, if you do get it in the, you leave it over the middle of the plate, it's actually pretty easy to pick up, and it kind of hangs a little bit. It'll stay like in the middle and then take forever to get down to the corner. So just one thing to think about. That's what we want right there, though. That's what we want. It's all about picking the ball up. Let's just pick up glove side as quickly as we can. You get the idea. Go ahead and try this out. Let me know if it helps you out. Personally, it has helped me out tremendously. Like getting multiple home run games, making it more difficult for them to pitch me to the inside, and hopefully I can evolve my game to where they cannot pitch me on the inside on ledge anymore. They've got to pitch me low and away, and I got to way back and try to drive it the other way. It's pretty crazy. That's kind of what has happened more and more. But again, just be ready for anything at the plate too. Try to pick it up as much as you can. You can get fooled if you're like trying to lock in too much on something. So just kind of keep that in mind too. It can be kind of, if you're looking so much inside, like I can just pitch you outside, or if you cheat your PCI inside so much, I can pitch you outside, and you're going to have trouble with that. You know what I mean? Reaction is a main part of the game, but also like having a plan, especially if you get up to the legend level, is really, really important too. You're going to be able to rely on your reaction less and less, and maybe at this point in time, like All-Star Hall of Fame, it's difficult for you to react on it because of, for me, it's been like years and years of practice that goes into this. I mean, just tons and tons of playing. So over time, you get better and better and better the more that you play. So maybe Hall of Fame right now, you play a lot of All-Star. Maybe Hall of Fame is that area where, you are struggling to react. So if you have some sort of a plan, if you can get any kind of a trick or a tip, you're watching my video right now, but I highly suggest that you watch lots of hitting tips videos. Pick up little bits and pieces. There's a lot of people that are very good at the game that make good hitting tips tutorials. Just pick up something. So when it's, the 7th inning and you're down 4-2 and you got 2 men on and you need that 3-run home run, you can go back to different things. And if you're going into a slump, rewatch some of these videos. Go back and rewatch some of these videos. Remember those principles, because as we play, we tend to forget these things. We look at a video a month ago and we forget these things. So it's always good to have a refresher. It's always good to any kind of edge you can build. That's going to be a good thing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped out in some capacity. I hope you took away something from it. And good luck hitting those inside fastballs and inside sinkers. Let me know if you're hitting some home runs off them down in the comment section. I'll talk to you later. Peace.